I'll just take $10 or $5 to buy me a little hit to sustain myself, to hold myself off. But after you get that little hit, you want more, and you want more, and you want more. Then that's called chasing the rock.
Drugs can obviously cause horrible addictions, but the drug war creates black markets, creating an even more dangerous addiction for money.
Well, I became addicted to the money and also the power too, I believe. You know, to be in charge and to have people look up to you and talk highly of you.
Big names like Freeway Rick going down. People actually want to be like him because they don't think about drugs, they just think about the money.
But what about those people whose lives are still affected by the Los Angeles crack epidemic?
Someone that wants to get in a program, someone that wants to get away from this lifestyle, easily can do it. Easily can do it. I mean, if they can just overcome the addiction.
Many people in Washington will tell you that the crack epidemic ended in the late 90s. But according to Sergeant Lou Daigle of the Los Angeles Police Department, crack sales are stronger than ever.
Basically on San Julian, you can come and everyone's selling. I mean, everyone will either act as a hook for you and bring you to a buyer. A lot of the buys go on intense. We've even had intelligence that gangsters will come, gangbangers will. I mean, basically every gangbanger comes down here to make money.
Right.
Okay, they come down from the inner city, they come down from East LA, they come down from everywhere, all the different rival gangs, and very rarely actually is there a shooting between gang members.
Although Freeway Rick remains locked up, many people still blame him for crack's easy availability.
One time, I went over to this lady's house to drop her off some drugs, and it was the look that the little boy had in his eyes, as if, man, you taking food out of our refrigerator. We're not going to have anything to eat. And I thought about it, I said, man, I was putting him in the same position that I was running from. I basically was running from poverty. That's basically how I got tied up in the drug business, because I never wanted to be a drug dealer, when I was growing up. At one time, I even wanted to be a police officer or a firefighter.
I think the drug war is going to be lost. You can't win a drug war by prohibiting things that can be made in your bathroom with stuff bought from a grocery store.
Back when I was in college, we used to cross the Mexican border to buy pharmaceutical speed. We thought it was strong, but it was nothing compared to the crystal meth of today. Sergeant Daigle spots a man smoking meth out in plain sight. He may have been tweaking a little too hard to realize that he was using directly in front of the police headquarters.
What about the methamphetamine side?
Yes. Blackouts, psychosis, delusions, cutting my wrist, things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Seeing things, demons and stuff.
Pretty realistic?
Very realistic.
Today, the DEA claims that crystal meth, or ice, is the new epidemic, replacing crack because of how long it lasts and how cheap it is.
Oh, meth is much better. Meth is, you get more energy, you can do more things, you can, it lasts longer.
Flying over the Mojave Desert, it's hard to imagine that a modern-day drug epidemic is taking place in rural white America.
What are you in here for?
What am I in here for? I'm in here for possession of dangerous drugs.
Which was?
Which was methamphetamines.
Methamphetamines? Were you selling or just?
No, I'm just a drug addict.
Just a drug addict?
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, do you think being in here is helping your addiction?
Left, left, right, left, right, left.
I had a real bad coke habit, and I felt like methamphetamine saved my life, man. Because I didn't have to use coke anymore. I fell asleep at the wheel pulling out of my parking lot of my house, and I woke up to the police being there. And underneath the seat of my car was 11 cents worth of methamphetamine, and they convicted me of that.
In Phoenix, Arizona, a single man has created a kingdom from fighting meth and other illegal drugs. With 4 landslide victories under his belt, very few sheriffs have enjoyed the job security of Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
What is this, a documentary on drugs?
You either love him or hate him, and in Phoenix, if you hate him, you keep it to yourself.
Don't touch that, or it's electric, you'll die.
Oh, okay.
We don't screw around here. This isn't Texas. Hi. The reason I'm the toughest because see these guys, right?
Yep.
Pink, where's your pink underwear?
I got them.
Let's see them. How come they're fading?
They don't got no new ones for me. I asked Mr. Apile, they just don't got them.
Could we just start with you just like telling me your name and who you are?
I gotta tell you in front of these guys, they don't know who I am. Joe Arpaio, Maricopa County, Arizona Sheriff. This is the largest tent city in the United States, probably in the world. I would almost bet half of these guys are here for drugs. You see this? They can only mail postcards, did away with their envelopes, and on a postcard, that's me. We put the inmates in the dogs in the air-conditioned jail, and these guys are in the hot tents. It says that while inmates live in a hot desert tent city, rescue dogs live in air-conditioning comfort, right? Let me sign this?
Yes, sir, please.
Everywhere I go, I sign these things for these guys. I spent 32 years fighting drugs around the world. I was a director in Mexico, South America, had offices in Panama, worked with General Noriega, had offices in Argentina. I was the only federal agent in the Middle East. Now we have armies out there. My job in Turkey, I lived in Turkey, was to stop the French Connection. And we did stop the French Connection when I was a director in Mexico. We arrested the top guy in Asuncion.
Although he and his men still arrest people for crack, a newer drug has long since taken the lead.
We have a big methamphetamine problem right here. You can't blame Mexico for methamphetamine when we seize 50 laboratories right here in this county.
What is it about crystal meth?
Methamphetamine is easily made. You can make it anywhere, in a motel room, in a car. That's one reason.
Methamphetamines, I mean, it's all chemicals, you know, and it's the epidemic of Arizona. I know that for sure. Phoenix and Mesa, Tempe, Chandler, all the surrounding areas. I know it's an epidemic here.
Is it a sign of the times that the newest drug can be cooked up from common substances found at hardware stores and pharmacies? During the 1920s prohibition of alcohol, bootleggers profited by cooking moonshine, a very dangerous homemade alcohol.
In Prohibition, the government forbade legal booze. People created moonshine.
Is crystal meth the modern-day moonshine?
What we ought to be doing with regard to methamphetamine is we ought to be engaged in a real educational campaign to tell people just how dangerous methamphetamine is.
Don't you think the drug war could be kind of held responsible for the fact that meth has become so popular, the fact that it's harder to get cocaine into the United States because of the drug war, now we're giving a rise to synthetic drugs?
No. These guys will use any drug they can get. That has no bearing on it.
Can I ask them, who would rather do cocaine or speed?
Tweak.
Speed.
Meth.
Speed.
I'd rather tweak.
You guys do speed?
I'd rather do. Why do I think it's become so popular? I mean, it keeps you going. You can work a long time. You can stay awake. Have great sex.
What's the come down like?
What's it come down like? I don't know. I never came down.
Heroin makes you nod and get in traffic accidents. Marijuana makes you sit on your couch, and speed puts you in the fast lane.
That's your opinion.
As governor of the state of New Mexico, half of what we spend on law enforcement, half of what we spend in the courts, and half of what we spend in the prisons is drug-related.
Self-made millionaire Gary Johnson shocked the citizens of New Mexico when, after being re-elected to a second term, denounced the drug war and tried tirelessly to introduce harm reduction strategies.